Yeah, welcome to Velcast. Yeah. So let's just get right into it. It's really nice to see your face again. Yeah. So let's introduce ourselves. So who are you? Like tell us about yourself.
Who am I? Okay. Well, my name is Celeste. My role is a program manager at Educative, and the program I run is Edpresso, which is a small encyclopedia or not a small encyclopedia, an encyclopedia of small articles. And so that's professionally. And then other than that, I'm someone who likes to swim a lot. I pretty much just work and swim.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was a professional swimmer as a youth, and so that is what I'm very
Actually, yeah, you know you're still a youth, right?
Younger youth.
Oh, all right. I feel you. Okay.
Yeah, me.
All right, cool. So, what's your background? Like, what's your story? How did you transition into tech? Like the whole story. Can we just hear about it?
Yeah, so I actually was an English major. I went to school for fiction writing.
Okay.
So I did not expect to be here. After university, I decided I wanted to be a copy editor, which is basically making sure that the text, looks good and is grammar free. So that's what I was really interested in. And that's how I started at Educative. I was brought on as a copy editing intern to help with Edpresso in its very, very, very early days before it was anything at all. And then I became the community manager, and then it got really big. So now here I am. So sort of a surprise to land in the tech world. And I feel that I found a very niche area of it where I have figured out a way to bring my writing skills in and help other people with their writing. So it's worked out.
All right, that's nice. I really love that. Yeah, thank you very much. So now let's talk about how you work, like your work etiquette, how you handle work and work in general.
Yeah,
you can take your water. You can take your water.
Come on. I was about to say I'm a procrastinator, so.
All right, take your water. Cool.
I'm a procrastinator. I struggle with procrastination a lot,
okay.
Which has forced me to figure out ways to get rid of my procrastination, of course, and really. In terms of how I work, for me, it's all about like I'm really good with Pomodoro sort of type work. It's all about mixing it up for me. If I do something for too long, I will get bored, I will get lazy, and I will, miss things or do not so good of a job. So that's really important for me. And I've really learned that the way my brain works is if I haven't moved in a while, my brain's gonna pretty much stop moving. So, figuring out how to put movement in different areas of my day and spacing it out depending on what I have to do during that day has been really, really helpful. So yeah, that's.
All right, thank you very much. So you made mention of procrastination and some other things when you were talking. So I'd like to understand, I personally, when I wake up every day, I have this to-do list. I always try as much as possible to check. Sometimes I write it down on paper, and sometimes I use apps like Monday app and stuff, Asana, to just keep track of my day. So what do you use to keep track of your thing? Because there are two types of procrastinator actually. There's an active and there's a passive procrastinator. An active is someone that gets it done eventually, but passive is busy but not productive. And I know you're not that kind of person. So how do you keep track of your day, your task and everything?
Yeah, so I usually every morning I create a to-do list based on how I'm feeling that morning. That's really important for me because I can forget things throughout the day, or I'll, have ideas that come to me in the morning that I like never think of again. And those can be really beneficial, especially when you're working on and building a program. All those little ideas that come in about how to make it better need to be, they shouldn't be forgotten, because you never know what will come out of that. But for me, I'm really big about having to feel finished with something. So I found that crossing something out, or what I also do is I'll put a to-do list together with sticky notes. So every item is a sticky note, and then I can throw it away. And that's a really good feeling for me, like having something finished and being able to do an action, to tell my brain that it's finished. And the more things I get finished, the more productive I feel. So if I'm having a bad day, I try and get all the easy things done. So at least I feel like I finished 5 things, even if those were just 5 emails.
All right. I like that actually. Well done. Yeah. So what's your preference? Do you like remote, or you like an on-site job?
I'm an introvert.
Okay.
I don't love being in the office all the time. I think it's really helpful to not be in your house all the time, though, at the same time. So I would say I prefer remote, but the way Educative actually does it is we're hybrid. So we're in the office for 3 days of the week, and then we're at home for 2 days. And that works really well for me because I'm able to, stay focused if I'm starting to get maybe too much of a homebody, and also, just be able to interact with people in the office. I found that it's easier to have meetings when everyone's in person. It gets rid of that, Zoom lag that can happen. But I would say if I had to choose one forever, I would choose working from home.
Awesome. That's nice. So yeah, work can be, so crazy and tiring and all sorts. So how do you handle burnout?
Yes. So I mentioned I was a swimmer growing up, and I struggled with burnout a lot. Then I started I was a competitive swimmer starting at 6 years old. So I was doing 2 days, 6 days a week. 5 days a week. And so that was pretty
intense. A lot of commitment. That was a lot of commitment.
Yes, maybe too much commitment. So I struggled with burnout. I think at 13 was the first time I really experienced that. And for me, you need to realize why you loved that thing. The only real way to get by that is to understand that you're doing this for a reason, and probably that reason is that at some point you really enjoyed it, or really interested in you, or you really liked it. So doing whatever you can to get back to that love. For me, it's usually, taking a real break. So on the weekends, to make sure I don't burn out, I literally sometimes will turn off my phone for like 24 hours to just completely disconnect, just be myself, and do the things I do in my world. And that will help me, when I come back on Monday, all the ideas that have kind of been stewing and brewing throughout the weekend, little thoughts here and there that I haven't allowed myself to stress on, actually usually turn out to be something real, because I haven't let myself stress on them. I've just let them sort of sit there. And by the time I have the brain capacity and it's time to start looking at them on Monday, I'm excited about them again. So I feel like breaks are just so key.
All right, cool. I love that. In as much as breaks are so key, the company that someone works for is also important too. Imagine a company whereby you don't get enough time to do something else aside work all the time. There is an higher chance of someone burning out and stuff. So, and there are lots of cases out there, people suffering from depression, they are tired, and it's crazy. So yeah, aside swimming, what else do you do for fun? Me, I tend to, just go online, watch comedy, hang out with friends and stuff. So aside swimming, what did you do for fun? I'm curious, I don't know.
Yeah, so I read a lot. I have a
Yeah,
cat.
obviously.
Yeah, I have a cat. I play with my cat a
Okay.
lot. I do stand-up comedy. Um,
Really?
yeah.
I need to see that. I need to see that. Like for real.
No, I just
I-
it's a hobby, you know.
okay.
It can be fun to perform in front of people, and there's no better feeling than making people laugh. So
Yeah,
I really enjoy
that's true.
it. I really enjoy it. It's fun.
Okay.
But yeah, I enjoy a really good walk. You know, I live in a very I live right by the water. So I really, you know, try to utilize that area as much as I can. But yeah, I don't, nothing crazy that I do except
All
comedy.
right. Okay, cool. All right. So now, on the final notes, I just want you to like give an advice to people out there, people watching and like trying to like get started in whatever they want to do, not only tech actually, people actually look up to you. I look up to you personally because what you are doing is awesome. I won't lie to you. Like there are lots of people out there still confused, battling, defining yourself, defining yourself phase where they're like, okay, can I do this? What if I fail? All those kind of questions keep popping up. So what's your advice for people like that on how to like get started and just move on with their life?
Yeah, I would say the biggest piece of advice I have is that ooh. I'm gonna
Okay.
go with writing.
Okay.
So
Okay.
with life, that I found that life can be similar to starting an article out. You don't know what the heck you're doing. You know, you sit down, you're like, I'm gonna write an article. And you're like,
Okay.
how? Now what? And you know, you have to sit down, you have to plan, you have to do any research, and then you have to figure out a plan to get started writing. And as long as you do that initial research planning part correctly, and as long as once you've written that article or that plan, and then you take another look and deem that it's okay, stick to it, work hard on it, and it will happen. You know, as long as you do the work before to do that research, understand all the elements very, very clearly, you will be successful.
All right. Thank you very much. So we have all heard everything that Celeste has said. It's awesome. I've actually worked with and it's really awesome. Yeah, I love the experience. You're an amazing person. I won't lie. Your communication is top notch. Yeah.
Yay,
So
English major.
okay, all right. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. I didn't know it's going to take this long actually. I thought it was just going to be a 10-minute thing, but it's cool. It's awesome. Yeah. So thank you so much for joining Velcast today. Thank you for sharing your knowledge, your experience, and
Thank you so much, you do. Okay.
So all right, have a nice day.